What ho! King Yorkie II here, taking back for some more of the House of Yorkie, our empire and city building arm of the channel, if you will. And I said it would be a while before we got back to humankind. Well, that's because Age of Empires 4 has released. Well, it's a bit expensive, I must say. A bit of a discount off of Humble Bundle with it. So, we're going to try and see what happens. Start with the Normans campaign. 1066. William of Normandy set out to wrest the Kingdom of England from his Anglo-Saxon rival. Only one man could be king. Select the campaign difficulty level. This may be changed at any time following the pause menu. For those looking to experience the historical events of Age of Empires without a strong challenge, this enemy will not probe your defences, mount only light attacks. For those new to real-time strategy or looking for a light challenge, the enemy probes your defences and typically mounts only single attacks. Intermediate. For those familiar with real-time strategy, it's been a while since I've played RTS, and looking for a strategic challenge. The enemy tests defences and mounts multiple spontaneous attacks. This is Age of Empires 4 as it's meant to be played. We'll try it.
Some events leave a deep mark on history, but none on the land.
Senlac Hill.
This
England.
is the site of the Battle of Hastings. After almost 1,000 years, no traces of the bloody conflict can be seen.
Very true.
But here, the fate of England turned. It's where a king was killed, and his victor claimed the throne.
Now, I have not done the tutorial, so I have no idea how this will go.
October 14th, 1066. We know what happened here on this day, thanks to this. The Bayeux Tapestry. A carefully preserved, illustrated record of events. It shows the main players. Harold, the newly crowned Anglo-Saxon King of England, and his challenger, William, Duke of Normandy. William claimed the previous king had promised him the crown. So, he assembled an army and prepared to sail to England to fight King Harold for the throne. But a storm thwarted his plans. Meanwhile, Harold discovered that a Viking invasion had landed in the north. Another threat to his crown. So he raced to fight them. In France, William waited for the right conditions to sail across the Channel to England. The weather cleared. He seized his chance. 250 miles north, Harold had defeated the Vikings. Now, hearing of William's arrival, his army sped south.
Sped. That's a relative term.
In the morning, on this hill, William's Norman army were ready to do battle with Harold's Anglo-Saxon men. The stage was set, and up for grabs, England itself.
Battle of Hastings. William of Normandy began his conquest of England, but to end the Anglo-Saxon rule he would first have to kill their king. Spearmen are the perfect counter to horsemen, yes. Archers are good at taking on a lot of units, but should start with way of horsemen, for one thing.
On On October 14th, 1066, William of Normandy stood ready for battle at the base of a hill. The high ground belonged to King Harold of England and his Anglo-Saxon army. Here, on this hilltop, the fate of England would be decided.
New objective, attack Harold's Saxon army. So we have a few archers behind the spears. Mixer looks like a spear and infantry up top. We have cavalry down at the bottom. We have swords. We do have a sequence of bows. Possibly more than they do. Attack the army on top of the hill. Right. Duke of Normandy, effective against most units. Nearby units do more damage and have a higher attack speed. Heavy armor, etc. Okay, so how do we start?
Soyez prêts, compagnons.
Whoa! Apparently we're charging in.
William's Norman army made the first charge, launching a direct assault on the shield wall.
That's not what I had in mind. But okay, let me select troops, will you?
Though William's army fought fiercely against the shield wall, it would not yield. As one man fell, another took his place. Overlapping shields in tight formation made for a near impenetrable barrier. Realizing his army could not break the shield wall, William called for a retreat.
Okay. Feign a retreat.
He aimed to lure the Anglo-Saxons into a false sense of victory, causing them to break formation.
Control A to quickly select all of them.
William's feigned retreat was working. The Anglo-Saxon army broke their shield wall formation, leaving gaps for William to make a move. With Harold's men no longer in shield wall formation, William could pick them off as they charged.
Why are my archers not involved? Come on, let me select these. Retreat! Retreat, I said! And then take them on, keep away the spears.
The Anglo-Saxons had deployed rows of spearmen to push back the invaders. But William had an answer. His sharp-eyed archers.
Unfortunately, I got some trapped. Can I get them out? Get them out of there. Come on.
Additional Norman archers joined the battle.
Come on. We select them. Those are archers. They shouldn't be doing that.
More Norman men-at-arms reinforced William's army.
Come on, back up. I'm trying to rescue him. Damn it. Will you get involved? We're being mowed down. Come on.
Anglo-Saxon archers joined the fray, and the Normans' deadly cavalry ready to charge. But
Well, let me
first,
charge then.
William's forces had to eliminate the enemy spearmen, whose sturdy polearms could easily bring down a horse.
Yes, yes, I know. Duke William has been injured. Damn it.
With the threat of spearmen cleared from the field, William's cavalry was free to charge at the Anglo-Saxon archers.
Come on, come on.
Attention!
Get him back. We have some some
More
cavalry
Norman
there.
cavalrymen took to the field. The Anglo-Saxon army was in disarray. Their shield wall had been neutralized, and their numbers were dwindling. Now the only thing standing between William and victory was King Harold himself.
Come on.
The last of Harold's men encircled their king, prepared to lay down their lives to save his.
It would help if you could easily select individual units. But they are falling. Some of those are spears, but not many.
The Anglo-Saxon King Harold had fallen. In the confusion, some loyal soldiers fought to the death, while others scattered in panic.
It would help if I could, if you can pause. Might be able to.
Leaderless and defeated, the last of the Anglo-Saxon army fled for their lives. The Normans celebrated victory over the English king, but William's quest to rule England was just beginning.
Building a castle, let's see.
At Guédelon in France, to understand how castles were constructed, they're building one from scratch, using just the tools and materials of the medieval age. It's a 25-year project, the world's biggest archaeological experiment. The most important defensive feature of any castle was the wall surrounding it.
Castle walls had to be incredibly thick in order to resist attack and absorb the impact of projectiles fired from trebuchets.
The curtain wall was over 20 feet
I like
deep,
this.
interspersed
Information.
with towers. In earlier Norman castles, they were square. But while on crusade, European knights saw that eastern towers were round. They realized that eliminating corners not only made them stronger, but also provided a better view of the surrounding landscape.
You can't pause it.
Completing the walls will take some 30,000 tons of sandstone.
I'm wondering if the extended
Transport
part at the
costs
top.
in the Middle Ages were incredibly expensive. So having a
wish I
good
could
supply
pause
of
this.
local stone close to the castle was vital.
Oh, I didn't mean to stop it. I just want to be able to pause it. I was going to say, I wonder if the extended parts at the top of the towers was just scaffolding, or if that was the start of matriculations, the extended parts of a wall through which oil, etc., could be dropped through holes that extended beyond the castle, making it dangerous to approach the castle.
At Guédelon in France, to understand how castles were
Better
constructed,
not touch anything because it will restart it again.
they're building one from scratch, using just the tools and materials of the medieval age. It's a 25-year project, the world's biggest archaeological experiment.
I do like that there's informative video in this.
The most important defensive feature of any
Definitely a
castle
good thing.
was the wall surrounding it.
Castle walls had to be incredibly thick in order to resist attack and absorb the impact of projectiles fired from trebuchets.
You
The
see
curtain
expanded
wall was over
battlement here.
20 feet deep, interspersed with towers.
So that's a wall
In
where you
earlier
can't fire
Norman
through it.
castles, they were square. But while on crusade, European knights saw that eastern towers were round. They realized that eliminating corners not only made them stronger, but also provided a better view of the surrounding landscape. Completing the walls will take some 30,000 tons of sandstone.
Transport costs in the Middle Ages were incredibly expensive. So having a good supply of local stone close to the castle was vital.
To extract it from the quarry, first a row of holes is hand-drilled.
Once all the holes are ready, I'm ready to put in the iron wedges, and I'm ready to split it open by hitting very hard on each wedge with a big sledgehammer.
The stone is split into usable blocks, then transported using horsepower and human effort. This treadwheel crane can lift up to half a ton.
The walls are built like sandwiches. On the outside, you have facing walls built from better quality stones. And the inside, the rubble cores, they're built with softer stones and other offcuts from the quarry. And they're built up in layers with a very thick, coarse mortar.
I did not know that.
This ingenious method makes the walls better able to withstand hits from a trebuchet. Sandstone is too hard to be carved into intricate windows, vaults, and steps. Instead, softer, more expensive limestone is used. These sophisticated building techniques make castles the ultimate feats of medieval engineering. It's a testament to their construction that so many still stand today.
Excellent. And there's another video here, which we're certainly going to watch. Let's see. Oh, was this the intro video?
Some events leave a deep mark on history, but none.
Yes, we've seen that. And what's this? Nova Stella Novus Rex. In April 1066, a bright star with a long streaked tail appeared in the night sky and burned for weeks. Its appearance coincided with the imminent invasion of England by William of Normandy. To William's soldiers, waiting eagerly to set sail from Normandy, it seemed that the star's tail pointed directly at the Saxon king's castle in England. This was a divine guarantee of victory. It inspired the Normans' rallying cry, Nova Stella Novus Rex, a new star, a new king. By the time the star passed, the Saxons' king Harold lay dead, killed at the Battle of Hastings, and William the Conqueror became king of England. That long-tailed star is depicted in the Bayeux tapestry, and we know it today as Halley's Comet. Right.
At the Battle of Hastings, the death of one man changed the course of history. The Anglo-Saxon King Harold was killed here, on England's south coast. His army defeated by William of Normandy. Anglo-Saxon rule was over forever. At Westminster Abbey on Christmas Day 1066, William was crowned the first Norman King of England.
Amazing how old Westminster is.
Now he had to secure power across the country. He began
Although
by
I believe
stamping
it may
his
have been
mark on
rebuilt
the
several
landscape,
times.
building cathedrals and castles at strategic locations. Nothing like them had been seen in England before. They reminded the Anglo-Saxon population exactly who was in charge. But not all were content with living under Norman rule. Anglo-Saxon revolts broke out across the country. King William acted quickly to crush these rebellions. But there was one region where dissent was spiraling out of control: the north of England. In 1069, a group of lords from Northumbria formed an alliance with Viking invaders. Together they approached Norman-held York, a large city with an important cathedral, still protected by ancient Roman walls. But the walls couldn't save York. The city and the castle fell to the rebels. William's new kingdom was under threat. He had to get the city back under Norman control. William had no choice but to order his men north. But as the Norman forces set off on their long march towards York, how much resistance from the rebels would they encounter?
King William's army faced an uncertain march to York, fraught with resistance from those who opposed to Norman rule. Right. We're not going to play out the next battle because we're already almost at half an hour. We will do this next time. First, I want to say I'm impressed with the historical videos that they're doing. Information is key to any victory, and information is key to knowledge. So I think that's an excellent addition to a historical game. Now, as regard the battle, as you saw in the first one, I'm not very good yet. Not very good at all yet. I need to especially learn where speed controls, pauses are, things like that, so that I can actually pause and take a stock of where I am and try and control individual troops without zipping around and failing to control any of them. We did win, but I think it was more luck than judgment. So, that's it for today. I've been your King Yorkie II of the House of Yorkie. This has been Age of Empires 4. The show has been rather annoying, and you've been fantastic. Farewell, see you anon.